Hey guys, this is my immediate reaction after watching Zack Snyder's Twilight of the Gods, his new animated Norse series. A lot of it based on Norse and Viking mythology, although Zack Snyder is certainly having his way with it, though that's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, for those that don't know, I'm not the biggest Zack Snyder fan. I think it's been a long while since he's made an actually good movie, competent film. I think some of his last projects have been absolutely horrendous. The Rebel Moon movies, just terrible. You have his Army of the Dead film, which was a huge disappointment, which I was actually looking forward to. Hopefully, be able to return to form Down the Dead. Nope, anything but that. And of course, his DC projects are absolutely horrendous as well. Trial of the Gods pretty much follows in the footsteps of all those things. It's just Rebel Moon Norse edition. That's exactly what it is. You follow this character, this female character who is badass, who has the personality of a stump. Something bad happens to some people she cares about, and she needs to put together a team of people that we barely know anything about. The only time we do learn about them is when they, oh God, just narrate their backstory around a campfire in just a dark, morbid way. I mean, guys, this is just what we've come to expect from Zack Snyder. He's just doing the same exact stuff over and over and over again. We have dull characters that provide us with gratuitous exposition. You occasionally get some slow motion action scenes in here. Not as many as I expected, but there are a few. Gratuitous, unnecessary sex scenes that kind of go nowhere and are uncomfortable, and a lot of the times really unintentionally funny. There's just one moment where, and I'll go into in more detail in my review, where you got a person talking about their relationship with their mother and how dark and traumatic it was while they're having sex, and while he's getting it in the back end as well. It's like it's that type of stuff that we got going on in this series, and at its best it's unintentionally funny, and at its worst it's just boring. Like, there's just so many scenes where our characters are just sitting down telling us about something that's happened in the past, and I'm like, just show it. Just show it in animation. Why you just have this one character just sitting there just telling us about this amazing thing that supposedly happened, and we're not actually seeing it? It's so utterly bizarre. He keeps doing it, whether it be in animated form or in live action. It's just it's just dull, and or hilarious. And at this point, this is just what I've come to expect from Zack Snyder. He clearly has not been listening to any criticism whatsoever. His fans, his sycophants, have continuously indulged him for all these years, and he's just become this kind of laughable filmmaker, this joke of a director and a creator. You just expect him to make bad stuff now. It's just, this show is just more Zack Snyder slop through and through, indulging in his worst sensibilities. Is it as bad maybe as Rebel Moon? Perhaps not. I don't think so. But it has all the same issues that Rebel Moon absolutely has. And I was hopeful for this because I really like dark fantasy. I really like, the Norse mythology. I'm actually reading a book right now, funny enough, called The Shadow of the Gods, which is infinitely better than this show. So a part of me was holding out hope that, man, maybe this would be good. But I going in, I was like, yeah, I expected the worst. My expectations were subterranean, and it met this series. It met my subterranean expectations. There's also some really unintentionally funny moments in this show outside of him indulging in all of his stuff. As we all know, Zack Snyder loves using Christian and Jesus imagery in his movies, and in this series, he goes even further with it. I couldn't be like, it's so goddamn hilarious, and he treats it like it's the most serious, beautiful thing in the world. and it's just not. It's just not. This show is it's a disappointment. It's a boring disappointment that is only occasionally punctuated by really awkward, unintentionally funny moments or really unintentionally funny, gratuitous sex scenes. But yep, that's Zack Snyder's Trial of the Gods. Another flop, more just Zack Snyder's slop that he's serving to the masses, part of his Netflix deal. So I don't recommend this show. I'll go into more details about this and why this show just does not work through and through. But what about you guys? What did you think of the show? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.